Data visualization is a very important and fast technique to get the summary of the data, what your data is saying to you. For example, here we have over 8,000 rows inside this data set. We cannot go to each row and each column to look at the values, that what is the trend of my values and everything. For this purpose, we have data visualization available in our hand. So nothing new. All we have to do is we'll say data frame. Or for example, I want to visualize the trend of the years, right? So I'll say data frame of year, and I'll say I want to, let's say, draw a histogram chart, hist, and inside the histogram, what should I do? Nothing. Let's run it and see if it works. Yeah, it works. So now we can see this is the trend of the data, which means that most of the cars belong to the models from roughly 2008 to 2020, right? And there are a few cars that are between 1994 or something and somewhere over there. Now, if I have to go to the data and look which year contains most of the cars or something like that, and that's going to be a hectic job. This trend is telling me everything. I can add different parameters to it as well. Again, you can go to the help function, or you can ask ChatGPT which filters that you can use over here. For example, I can change the color as well. I can say color equals to, let's say, green. So my chart will turn green. If I want small bins over here, I can add the number of bins as well. So for example, bins equals to, let me add 20 bins over here. Bins means it will divide the data into, by default, it divides data into 10 parts, but now it is dividing data into 20 parts. I can make it 30 as well, and whatever, right? So this is how we can visualize the data. We can create histogram chart. We can create scatter plots. We can create, different kinds of charts over there. Well, this is just an introduction of how data visualization works with Python. Pandas is not an ideal library to work with data visualization. If you really want to work with data visualization, you should go out and check libraries like Matplotlib, like Seaborn, like Plotly, or you can go to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to suggest you the libraries regarding data visualization. But that thing we will do later on. Right now, we already have uploaded this file, right? So let's ask ChatGPT to present us some data visualization. So we'll say, use the file uploaded in the previous query and create different data visualization using that data. Also provide Python code for those visualizations. So running it, let's see if it creates any visualization or not. So here we go. It says, let's start with these visualizations. So first of all, it will check out the distribution of engine capacity using histogram chart, then selling price distribution using again histogram chart, then fuel type using bar chart, then scatter plot chart, then box plot chart. I mean, there are tons of different charts available over there. So here we go. We have the data, we have the code available, right? We can copy this code. Oh, you see, it has an error over here. What this error is saying, we'll check it out later on, but let's see what is the output of this ChatGPT. So first of all, I have reached to the limit that I cannot generate more responses by using ChatGPT. Secondly, it seems like I cannot do more advanced analysis right now, right? Why? Because perhaps my limit is exceeded, or maybe basically it looks like it has encountered an error over there. So let me copy this code. And here I can see it is, first of all, using pandas, perhaps to load the data. And then it is using a few more libraries like Matplotlib, and it is using Seaborn as well. Okay, fine. It is using 2 more libraries. So let's come over here, paste it over here, and we don't need this thing. Why? Because we already have the data. So removing it, and let's run rest of the thing and see if there is any error or do we get any plot over there. So yeah, we've got the plots. So here we can see the distribution of the engine in CCs and frequency over there, and we can see these kind of charts, right? Then we have a distribution of selling price and frequency over there, and we have this distribution available like this, right? Then we have a bar chart, and we also have scatter plot chart. We also have a box plot chart, right? Let's check out the code for it. First of all, we have two libraries, Matplotlib and Seaborn for it. Let me go to ChatGPT and ask which are the, let's say, list down the commonly used Python libraries for data visualization. Okay, running it. And so first of all, Matplotlib, very important library for data visualization. You can check it out. Then Seaborn, then we have Plotly, then we have Bouquet, then we have Altair. Nowadays, I mean, it is a new one. Nowadays, it is being used a lot. Then we have ggplot and much more. Now, for example, if I want to learn about Seaborn, all I have to do is I'll say, show me some example codes with explanation. Explanation spellings are incorrect. With explanation for Seaborn library. So it will show us some sample codes along with explanation that what is being done in each plot. For example, here is a plot, right? And then it is explained that this code using histplot uses histplot, which means this method over here to plot the distribution of total bill. I mean, it has assumed some data, tips data set over here. So inside this tips data set, we have total bill column, right? So it creates distribution of total bill, and adding KDE equals to true, which means something is done over here. KDE equals to true. It overlays a smooth curve like this one. Where's the smooth? Yeah, like this curve over the data, right? So if you want any deep explanation, you can also write, for example, explain this particular code in depth for me, so it will explain everything for you, right? Now, what is being done over here? First of all, it has created a data frame. We already had the data frame, right? And then it converted that particular data frame to numeric, right? And then since ChatGPT did not know that we have already done that, so that's why it has done it by itself, converted engine_cc to numeric. And then it is creating a plot over here of 10 by 6 by using PLT. Now, what is PLT? PLT is Matplotlib. They are importing Matplotlib as PLT. So PLT is the nickname or the alias of Matplotlib, which is the data visualization library. And Seaborn is imported as SNS. So SNS is the alias of Seaborn. Usually people use SNS or SB as well for Seaborn, right? Then we are saying SNS, which is Seaborn, histplot, draw a histogram plot on this particular column that we created over here, and create 20 bins, and KDE should be equals to true. KDE is kernel density estimation, right? So this kernel density estimation should be true. And then the title of plot should be this. On x-axis label, it should be this. On y-axis label, it should be this. And finally, we are saying that along with all these parameters, show the plot. Same goes out over here. We are again plotting a histogram plot, but this time on selling price column. And here we are drawing a count plot by using the data. Now, what is the data? Where's the data? Somewhere we created the data. Let me check it out. Oh, we did not create the data. Basically, it is that data is the parameter. So in data, we are storing our data frame, and we are saying that on x-axis, there should be fuel. So there is some plotting going on with the fuel. Then SNS.scatterplot, we had a scatter plot over there. And finally, we had a box plot as well, right? Since this is kind of a go through kind of a module for data visualization or data analysis. So I'm just giving you guys hints how to work with data visualization, how you can use ChatGPT to learn anything and everything, how to utilize ChatGPT to solve your problem. So here we had a problem of visualizing the data. We needed code to visualize the data, and we got the code to visualize the data, right? Now, if there is any mistake in the code, we can, clear that mistake from our side as well. For example, here, by default, it had these kind of lines where it is reading the data, right? We don't have to read the data. Otherwise, it will read the data from the wrong path and it will give us an error, right? So that is why we were intelligent enough to remove these lines. So we only need these lines, right? So yeah, I think that's about it, about overall data analysis, about overall data visualization. I hope ChatGPT will help you out in achieving your data analysis relating complex goals as well.